I am back with the Superman Warworld Saga, and the last thing we saw, Superman finally meets the Phalosians, which was the lost tribe of Krypton. It may not have been upset at Superman, but telling him that he's going to find a way to give him his powers back. Now our story continues in Action Comics issue 1039. We start off our story with Omak, Natasha, and a few of the Kryptonians fighting off against beasts in the arena. They're having trouble with the biggest one there. However, this guy right here, that's Superman. And he's doing his best to knock it down. But even without powers, he's able to show that he can do it. Now, after the battle, they went to see the locksmith because since they won a match, that they get like an extra link in their chain, making it longer. Some of the men talk to Omak and they're like, hey, so you fight really good. How about we talk to some higher ups and see if we can put you in a better position, but only if you're not with Superman. And Omak's like, yeah, because of what happened to Light Ray in my bay, I'm not with him anymore. So when it gets to Natasha's turn, she tells the blacksmith, so just letting you know, I'm a blacksmith from where I'm from, so if you need any extra hands, I mean, I can help out. But also, it'd be nice if I can make myself some my own armor and weapons. The blacksmith is like, I don't know, you're with Superman. But if you say you're good, you are, I can see if I can ask any higher ups, as long as you're not making any weapons that will overthrow a Mongol. Then we go off to Superman in the cell, and he's talking to somebody else, and he's like, oh wait, you're a Phalosian the way you speak like the others. The guy's like, yeah, don't call me that, because it doesn't matter. When we came to Warworld, I lost my entire family. I'm just cannon fodder. Like, it really doesn't matter. Also, I see the way you fight, and I'm letting you know right now, you need to change that up. Because if you want to survive here, you need to fight like you're from here. Then some jailers brought Superman and some other prisoners down deep inside Warworld's underground system. Now, they did this because there's a ritual where they will go to the last of a specific species on its way to extinction, and they'll be there until it just becomes unalive. And they just push into deeper underground where it just gets eaten by bigger monsters. And this was a way to show the prisoners that it's like any species we come across, we'll make sure they go into extinction, especially if they're in our way, because we are warriors like that. While they're walking back up, they pass by some scriptures on the wall. Now the blood priests are saying, oh, this is for Mongol's word, you know, like the propaganda and stuff like that. Superman's like, I recognize this writing. They don't actually understand what this means. They're just pretending to know what it means. But if I see this enough times, I know for a fact I'm going to understand what this means. Then when they pass Natasha tells Superman, man, where you been? Superman's like, trust me, you don't want to know. But then she gives him like a piece of armor saying, I thought you might need this. Which we won't see until later, but it's pretty much a Superman symbol. Superman sees the prisoner he was talking to earlier, Cryukes, might be saying it wrong. And he throws him a weapon, and he basically says, you're right, I need to learn how to survive here. Teach me the way to fight of a war warrior. The story shifts to Midnight, and he's with some locals, and they're telling him that it's like, well, we can't break this person out because there's too many of Mongol's men. But he's like, oh, don't worry. I just need to know where he is. We'll break him out later. And this is where we learned that Midnight have finally found Apollo. That's all the time we got. We'll continue in the next video, but thank you for watching.